What's up, Lawbreakers? It's BrknLaw here with some more Apex Legends, and today we've got a beginner's guide to Wraith, our favorite interdimensional skirmisher. Now, when Wraith was first released when the game dropped back in February of 2019, she was super strong. She had an instant phase to get out of fights, to get out of damage really easily. She had the smallest hitbox along with lifeline and whatnot, and she was just super strong, especially when you had a wingman and a PK. But today we're going to go over how she is now in Season 10 after all of these changes have occurred. We're going to talk about some tips, some tricks, how her abilities work, and how you can be a better Wraith. So let's get into it. Now, first up, we have her tactical Into the Void, which allows you to reposition by going through the void and phasing. So initially, the animation to start this ability takes 1.25 seconds in total, and then you will activate it and you will become invulnerable to all damage. You'll be able to kind of see outlines of enemies and other Wraiths while you're in the void, but it's a little hard. It kind of does have that animation to cover things up a little bit. But while you're using the ability, you have 4 seconds in the void where you don't take any damage, and you actually run 30% faster. So this is a great way if you need to get away from somebody and try to reposition behind cover. Now, a couple tips regarding Wraith's tactical. Number one is that you want to make sure that you're not phasing out in the open. When you're starting that phase and when you stop that phase, you actually are a little bit slower, so you're easier to hit, and enemies are going to take advantage of that. So what you want to do is when you do need to phase, make sure you get behind cover, and then when you finish your phase, also be behind cover. That way you're going to have some protection when you're in that slowed down state. Tip number two is that enemies are going to follow you while you're in the void if you're low and they think they can take you on. So be aware that when you come out of the void, there might be somebody right on your tail, and you might have to swing around and hit a couple shots to take them down before they take you out. Now, tip number three is that you also, when phasing, cannot interact with objects. You cannot open doors, you cannot use jump pads, and so you need to make sure that you don't get locked behind a door. That's something that you can actually do against Wraiths, is close doors on them, and they will get stuck wherever they are, and they cannot get through that door until they're out of their phase, and you can hit them really easy. So be aware of that as well. Next up, we have her passive Voices from the Void, where a voice will warn you when danger is close. So the story behind this ability is actually Wraith's alter ego from another dimension of some kind is actually the one warning her of people through the void. But there's 5 different things that the voice will actually warn you of. Number one is that if an enemy is taking aim, so if they're ADSing at you. Number two, it'll also differentiate if it's a sniper. Next, there's also if there's traps, so that's going to be caustic traps, Watson fences. Next, if there's any enemies nearby, it'll let you know, and if people have died nearby. Now, I'm not going to lie, this ability is not the most reliable, but I will say when it comes to snipers and traps, it is really helpful there. But later in the gameplay that I'm going to show you, you can listen for it, you can see where it happens and how it helped me make better decisions. Now, moving on to her ultimate ability, the Dimensional Rift. So this ability basically allows you to get your entire team from point A to point B without taking damage in between. It's great for rotations, for getting people out of sticky situations, and a lot of other cool techniques. So when you start the ability, you're going to see a little rift energy percentage at the top of your HUD, and this will tell you how much distance you have left, and it is approximately 75 meters maximum. However, you can end it early, and if you end it actually before 5% of the rift energy is used, it will cancel your ult and you will actually get it right back. This is great if you accidentally start it, so you can just stay in the same place and it won't move, and you'll be able to get that back immediately. Now, just like Wraith's Into the Void ability, it will actually give you a speed boost, but this one is only 25%. Now, a couple tips for using Wraith's portal. One of the biggest things that you will see people do is using it to help teammates that are down to get out of sticky situations. This way you can move them from out in the open to behind cover and get a safe res off. Then you just have to make sure that they don't peek and get downed immediately like this one. It's okay, it's Resolute. I still love you. We'll still keep playing. Next up, you can actually use it to kidnap people as well, where you can start your portal and then phase into the middle of an enemy team and try to trick somebody into taking your portal, where you can then single them out and get an easy kill with your team. One other technique I've seen is that you can use her portals to block off doorways, where if they actually try to exit that building or go through there, they will go through the portal instead, and they won't be able to come inside immediately without going through the portal twice. And lastly, one little tip that you should know is that if you place both ends of your portal outside the ring, it will actually disappear after 4 seconds. So this is really important if you're trying to keep your teammates from getting more damage, that you need to not set it too soon, or else your teammates will not be able to take it. Now, looking at all of Wraith's abilities, you can see that she is very offensive. She is very aggressive, where you can push into a fight, take some damage, and then phase right out so you don't get knocked. This can also allow for your teammates to put more pressure on the enemy team to keep them low while you heal and eventually win the fight. Also, an interesting thing between her tactical and her ultimate, with her tactical you can use zip lines, but you cannot use jump pads because they don't exist in the dimensional void apparently. But with her ultimate, you can use jump pads from Octane, but not zip lines because you're using your hand to set the portal. So just keep that in mind. Now, my last tip, everyone, is if you are playing Wraith, pick up a wingman and a peacekeeper. It is scientifically proven that you will be 10 times better because of Wraith's sweatiness from season 1. As you can see from these clips right here, it absolutely works, and I am not joking at all, right? Anyway, yeah, it's fun. You can play some of those sweatier loadouts because you do have a smaller hitbox and it is a little harder to hit Wraith. Now, I hope these tips were helpful for you. I'm going to actually be putting more tips up during the gameplay that I've got. So make sure to hit the like button if this was helpful to you so far, and subscribe if you want to see more guides, and let me know down in the comments what guides to weapons or legends you would like to see in the future, because I want to make them for you. But thank you so much for watching, and without further ado, enjoy the rest of the video.
It's more like 98% of the player base knows she's bad. It's just
Oh my!
1%.
Okay, can you guys give me the secret of how to go through that window? Because that is the third time.
Just above.
That's what.
Just above, yeah.
Receiving damage. Shooting.
One clip, give me.
Enemy down.
Reloading.
That Octane, you should not have
That
run.
was the last one. Nice work.
Using grapple.
Oh my god, I'm in trouble, boys.
First blood.
Okay, we're coming, we're rolling.
Working on it.
Attention.
There's so much gas right here.
Down.
Sounds like a...
Long way.
Someone to take the Pepto.
Hey, Pepto-Bismol.
Reloading. Another squad's attacking.
Rogue's better.
I've never seen you lose these.
Activating
I'm dead.
drive.
No, you're not.
I'm down.
We're gonna talk about that?
We made the right choices.
Did you just
I'm the new kill leader.
delete them?
I did.
I forgot that
fighting.
I had
Let's go this way.
I'm hopping off.
Oh my god.
They've got blue. I'm gonna go up there, Zip.
Opening fire.
Y'all need to, like, really
10
chill.
seconds until the and let's go.
Enemy
Jumped up.
taken down. Giving my
Got her.
That's the last of that
Where's
squad.
that other team?
This dimension's looking up.
They died.
Wants to smoke.
Cracked the Octane.
Reloading. Target down.
God.
reloading.
God.
Pulling it.
We got this.
Reloading. I killed an
Octane's
enemy.
coming, you got that res.
Reloading.
Let's see
Oh,
him.
and these. I
He
never
was in the
reloaded
middle.
my weapon.
Got him.
Almost
Not
cracked him.
bad.
Recharging shields.
Take that cool knockdown, take that.
Come here, boy.
There's one on the left, I heard.
Need to recharge
Yep,
my
Octane's
shields.
coming.
The enemies are shooting at me.
Oh, Octane might be going.
Recharge.
Here, look at me, Let me go.
Get
Looking
ready.
at you.
It's zipline
Coming, I'm
time.
coming. Oh, hello.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
I'm
whoa.
taking fire.
Coming, I'm coming. Oh,
One
no.
moment. Gotta use
You
the
guys want me to portal you?
Recharging shields.
I don't care.
Okay, portaling.
No.
Follow
This
the
way?
tunnel.
Oh no!
Oh, I am dead sliding.
Send it.
Getting shot at.
And, oh, beautiful portal.
Beautiful portal right there.
Yeah, I missed those. I
Need
missed
to recharge
those.
my shields.
I cracked the Wraith, I think. Maybe a Bangalore.
Reloading.
They hurt.
Grappling. Throwing jump drive.
Ooh,
Right
I
next
can
to
do
me.
this.
Fire.
Knocked.
There's the Octane. To the right.
oh, open the door, open the door. Pulling this.
Stop opening it!
He's hurt. I know, back there.
Just keep crawling. Okay, I'm pulling.
He's sticking me. Then
Then I'll
be
come
on
right
our
in,
back.
Rogue. Okay, I'm coming in.
Giving my shields a recharge.
Nicely done, boys.
Level 5.
Guys, we're so good. That's just me.
Going. What the? Yo!
Right here! Get out! Get out! flash on the other.
Okay, I'm taking height.
Wanna come inside? Oh my god, they're weak. Pathfinder's like
Knock path.
Reloading. Enemy down.
What?
off the rev. That's a
I don't even know anymore.
Reloading.
Enemy kill.
Horizon legitimately just killed her.
Reloading.
I thought we finished them all. That this Horizon just like shows up
Yeah,
right in
I'm
front of
not
me.
gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
Optics
like,
here.
Oh
Horizon
my word.
just sent her Revenant to die.
Oh my word.
Because the one thing that I don't like right now is
Triple take here.
having alerts.
I love it.
Oh, they're
Having
going
alerts coming?
Over there.
having my alerts still in my gameplays
Oh yeah, I feel that. I feel that.
with the audio. Oh, another one trailing.
I think there's a way you can separate your sources and record things individually, but I'm not entirely sure. Oh yeah, they just went up
Made a hit.
Is there still one there or not?
100 on one of them.
Not me.
Oh yeah, there's one right here.
Weak. There we go.
Target down.
And they
What's up,
threw me.
homie?
Ilaka is the place for.
I killed an enemy.
Yo.
It's a triple takeoff.
That sounded like a very big boomer.
A big boomer?
It sounded like a big boomer.
60 on the octane, 37, 23.
That-
You guys got that. You guys got that.
Jump drive out.
well, that-
Getting shot at.
38 on blue.
That was not the play right there. That was not the play.
Uh-oh.
There's two up there.
We pushing it? Yep.
I am taking fire, friends.
That was not the
Arcade's
play.
left.
Two windows.
Reloading. Killed an enemy.
Good kill, friends.
And we get it, boys! For the content!
Rogue, you literally TP'd right into the both of them. Like,
Listen, okay.
directly into his face.
You are the
I know,
Apex
okay,
champions.
I know. And if the octane, listen, if the octane wasn't there, dog, if the octane wasn't there,
Oh, that
I
was
would have
good.
been okay.
Wow. Feels good. Feels good.
Good.
Feels good to be the lowest damage, but second highest kills.
Just slighted.
Loot, you bum.